So I recently picked up the Canon M200 to replace my C920 on my live Twitch streams, but also to provide a better video for my YouTube content. I'm actually thoroughly enjoying the camera. It was really easy to set up. It's well packaged. It's nice and small. It took me about 15-20 minutes of messing around in the settings to figure out exactly what things meant. It had a nice guided tutorial. It's just a really well-rounded camera. The only thing I didn't like on it was the fact there's no audio jack on it, which means I can't plug in an external microphone. But with that being said, given the use case for the reason I bought the camera, with that being said, I knew that before I purchased it, and given the use case of what I wanted to use the camera for, it's totally fine. I'm going to use an external source. I'm using my microphone arm here, so it's not a real issue. The other thing that I tried to struggle with a little bit was the saturation and the brightness, the ISO levels, the aperture, that kind of stuff. It took a bit of tweaking, which is totally fine. Each room setup is unique. Lighting setups are unique. It's going to take time to get it exactly right for the look you're... I'd say the thing that took me a little bit longer to get used to was the aperture levels, the ISO levels that you're going to be setting on the camera, and that's to do with like the brightness of the camera, how much light it lets into the lens, and obviously that's unique for the room that you're in, the colors of the room, the lighting you have set up. So it's going to take a bit of time for you to get used to that. But if you have to do a couple test streams, get some feedback from your community, and just have a play around. You can't break anything. You probably could break it, so be careful. I don't mean throw it against a wall, but in terms of the settings, have a play around with it, see what look you're going for. This is on standard essentially settings, 1/60, aperture 3.5, and the ISO is 1/250, and this is the look I get, and I quite like this kind of natural look. I've done some 4K shooting with it, and the footage looked incredible. I'll stick that in on the screen so you can see that. Not that you're going to get the full value of it anyway, because this won't be in 4K, but just take my word for it. It's a fantastic camera. If you're interested in this camera, I'll put a link in the description for this, along with the Canon website, specifications, all that kind of good stuff. Thoroughly, really impressed with the camera. It's definitely one of the most expensive upgrades I've purchased for my stream, but 100% worth it. I would definitely recommend anyone looking to take their stream to the next level, in terms of moving from your generic USB webcam, typically your C920, your C922s, or even your Brios. I think before if you were going to jump from a C922 or a C920 into a Brio, just maybe take a step back and think, 6 months from now, 1 year from now, how am I going to regret not spending that little bit of extra money and getting a mirrorless camera? You're probably going to say yes to that answer. So just take a step back and think about where you should be investing your money. And if it's in visual, if it's in the video quality, then I'd definitely recommend the Canon M200. f3.5 and ISO 1/250. That was all from Minty.